All right, here we go. This is going to be a look at John Baker. Who? From the Murphy, Texas Sting. Oh man, this is another impromptu recording here. I've got some time here before I have to head out here. I figure, why the hell not? I gotta get a quick one. I want to do one really quick. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. John Baker doesn't meet Chris Hansen. It's pretty quick. So, of course, as we all know, that'll probably mean like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, whatever. We'll see. But from the Murphy, Texas Sting, got a shout out, of course, Christopher Cannon for hitting me up and, well, I guess supplying the footage to putting it up on YouTube. This guy, you know, putting this guy kind of back on the map here. You know, this guy's been, this one's pretty good. I must say, I completely overlooked this guy. You know, Murphy, Texas, not an episode that I watch quite frequently. It's kind of a downer, kind of a downer episode. So it's one that's not in my rotation very much. And plus, you know, he doesn't meet Chris Hansen. It's of course when Chris Hansen's out, being, you know, bringing a SWAT team to the home of Louis Conrad, of course. So he never meets Chris Hansen, gets the door slammed in his face, and as you can see, you got fucking, and of course he's sandwiched here between Twink Toilet. You're off the high of Twink Toilet that you don't quite appreciate John Baker as much as you once did, perhaps, you know. So as much as he should have gotten his appreciation. So anyways, but with that being said, John Baker now, I consider to be one of the better Murphy Predators, perhaps. I don't know. But I enjoy this quite a bit here. I found some good humor in it. I just watched it again really quick here before I started recording. This one's great. So let's just get into it here. Here we go. Let's go. Pretty interesting Predator. You know, okay, so first of all, okay, before we get started here. Okay, here's the mental picture of Twink Toilet. There he is right there. All right, keep him in the back of your mind here. Here's a better picture for you. The fifth. You know, here's a better picture for you in case you don't remember what Edward Hollingsworth looked like. Here he is, in case you're interested, in case you need a refresher. That's what Twink Toilet looks like. Okay, complete contrast to what John Baker looks like here.
The same drill.
Just in every facet. Oh, come on here. Come on with this crap. Oh my gosh.
Go through the same drill.
Just in every aspect, John Baker is a complete contrast to Twink Toilet. Absolutely. You know, he actually knows how to dress pretty well. You know, he actually has a pretty good dress game going on there. Jeans, you know, looking pretty decent. Remember, Twink Toilet wore the bold choice of the tan colored shirt and the unbuttoned shirt. This guy looks a little bit more better dressed, and he just overall looks much better.
Is here to meet a girl he thinks is 13.
Oh man!
But he never even makes it to the door.
Oh man!
And what about
how lucky, man? How lucky! I mean, you can see here's a better look at him here. Very normal looking guy, you know. Very normal looking man. Yeah, man, he's, as you'll see, I mean, as you see here in the title, the women are my vice guy, you know, that is him, you know, he is that type of guy. I mean, he can get the women, man, and, you know, his addiction is so bad, I guess, that, you know, he's even going after the underage girls, you know. Well, that is interesting, man. And I must say, I got a shout out here to these Murphy cops, man. They look very good, very professional, you know, very professional with the suit, the tie. You know, really hunkering down on this. You know, I like that. I do like that. Let's keep going.
John Baker. He's the 25-year-old arrested for attempting to solicit sex with a decoy.
And again, John Baker, man. You know, one sec. John Baker, such a generic fucking name. You know, I mean, you will not find this guy. But actually, we did find this guy. Well, I didn't find this guy, but somebody found this guy. I don't know if I can show it here or not. I don't know. But the legendary Grandpa Stan on the Temple of TCAP showed us a picture of him the other day. I don't know if I can show it here or not. I don't feel like pulling it up here either. He aged pretty bad, I will admit. So if you just want to picture what he looks like here, it looks pretty good here. A couple of, you know, decade plus later, it doesn't look too good these days. That's how you can pretty much That's how you can, you know, picture him. Okay, let's keep going.
Posing as a 13-year-old.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a pharmacy technician.
Pharmacy technician.
4 days.
4 days. Ooh. 4 days working at the
Men
pharmacy.
go through the same drill.
You know, that's
This
a, what the
25-year-old
fuck?
is here to
Why did
meet
it go so far back here? Come on now. Stupid fucking
attempting to
thing.
solicit sex with a
Pharmacy technician, though, for 4 days. Ooh, and that is the face, that is the expression that says it all right there. Ooh, in a bad situation there, John. But yeah, really, really interesting. You know, he's a pharmacy technician. Good gig. You know, that is a pretty good gig. I would have to imagine that's a pretty good gig. Sorry, Edward, I have to search something else here. You know, that has got to be a pretty good gig, you know. Maybe not. It's not a, no, I must have been getting it confused then, because apparently you just need a high school diploma or equivalent. I must have been getting it confused. I apologize. But still a pretty good gig. I mean, it pays the bills, I'm sure. And, you know, you can't really complain about it too much, especially considering that you were just, you know, you're there for 4 days, though. They trained you, again, all the resources that they poured into the hiring process, you know, training you, all of that jazz that goes along with a new gig. And, they're 4 days and they have to do it all over again, you know. Oh fuck, you know, they're like, oh man, okay, we can finally, you know, I've been bogged down in work between hiring this new guy, running the pharmacy, all that shit, you know. Oh my gosh, I can finally just, you know, now I can take a breather. And now to do it again, oh, you have to do that whole process again. Oh, it's gotta suck, man. I mean, assuming, right? I mean, he definitely didn't go back to work, right? I mean, the charges were dropped, but he was probably fired long before that. You know, I don't know how long he was in jail for, sitting in jail for, if he made bail, whatnot. Don't know that, but I imagine that it might have been tough for him. You know that once the pharmacy that he worked at caught wind of the arrest, I figure that they probably let him go. Unfortunate.
How long have you been there?
4 days.
Where'd you work before that?
First Baptist Church.
Why did you have to resign at the church?
Because me and another woman in the congregation had an affair.
Oh,
And
and that's got to be something too. You know, I mean, you're. I mean, I'm not gonna pile on religion here. I don't really give a shit. But you know, you're just you're in that religion. You're supposed to hold up a set of values and whatnot. And then you find out, ooh, you committed adultery. Ooh, yeah, we gotta let you go, John. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally, to me, it doesn't seem like a big deal. But I understand, you know, different location, different time period. I guess I got it. There are different values, but it just seems funny to me, you know, that they make a big deal about it. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Let's keep going.
Married? Are you married? Or?
both of us are married.
What were you doing at the church? What kind
I
of
was an
work?
associate minister of music.
Really?
Associate
You almost
Minister of
turned up-
Music. So I don't really know what that means. Like, how are you a minister of music? I don't quite get that. Okay, I mean, they're the ones that are in charge of the music. Is that really what it is? But like, you're not really a minister. Are you really a minister in that role? I don't really know. Let's see. Well, let's see what we see here on this good old WUNC. Create an atmosphere of celebration and reverence to God through music. So what, they're just in charge of the yeah, it seems like it's some sort of almost like a volunteer job almost. I mean, they might get paid for this, but compensation sort of depend. 2 weeks part-time, no benefits. So I mean, it's it definitely seems like you know, it seems like more of like a volunteer thing with some sort of pay. But like, I don't know what you're in charge of running the music essentially. You tell the organist what to play. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a well-paying gig, I guess. You might be better off in that technician job, if I'm going to be honest. At least there's a path forward. You know, you can start off on the bottom and just kind of, you know, work your way up the ladder. I feel like at the technician job, pharmacy technician job. Anyway, I feel like you can do that. But I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's keep going.
Around and went home.
Because
hang on. Where are we at?
He says he almost turned around and went home.
because
That's right. They almost turned around and went home. The old predator excuse. They all do that, right? They all have second thoughts. They all think about wanting to. They all want to turn around, and you know, it's a typical excuse. Of course, you know, they only say that really when they get caught and they're in this situation. And you know, he had no hesitation of walking up to that door there. I mean, you can see him walking up to that door. Pretty good. He dressed all fancy, and you know, he was making his way up there.
my girlfriend, whatever you want to call her,
Girlfriend, whatever you want to call her.
text messaged me and said,
So it's kind of a big distinction there, because he just said he was married, but now he says girlfriend. Is that the same girlfriend from the minister, from the church that you got kicked out of, John? It's important. It's important details here, John, when I'm trying to get everything in here as I can here. I don't want to make any errors. So it's very important to keep your story straight.
I love you, I love you, I
I
love
love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Text messaged me and said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. But there's no
Why is that so funny? I don't know why that's so funny to me. All of a sudden just goes, she text messaged me just out of the blue and said, I love you, I love you, I love you. I mean, that's gotta be pretty bad. I mean, you get a message from your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and you get a message saying, I love you, just out of the blue, like, man, she's thinking of me, man. She really cares about me to, you know, sprinkle my day with these words of encouragement and positivity. Makes me really thankful that I have her, and we're really thankful that we're together, and, you know, she's really great. She completes my other half here, as to say a cliche right there, you know. Just to see that message and to just say, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going here. Floor pedal to the fucking metal. Texas speed limit 75 down the freeway. Oh yeah, I bet you he was fucking flying, man. Fucking flying down the road to fucking go see this 13-year-old girl. Oh, that's so great, John. You really fucked up, dude. Oh my god, it is so goddamn hot in here. Oh my god. I'm out of water. I'm all sweating. It's not great here. It's not great. Let's just keep going.
or say, hey, sorry, no, and tell her that I was in love with somebody else.
So he was gonna get there and say, sorry, no, I'm in love with somebody else. I'm sure you're a great girl. Oh man, you know, it's funny. You could have just said all that online. You know, you could have just said that online. You know, what are you worried? I love how these guys are always like, I didn't, you know, Christopher Urban in Riverside said something similar, right? He said, I just didn't want somebody to feel so crushed and hurt. You know, they're always like fucking Prince Charming, you know. It's like, do you really care so much about breaking this girl's heart? You know, you don't know her, you haven't seen her ever. You know, she's still in middle school, fucking learning, you know, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And you're fucking worrying about this. They'll get over it, man. They'll get over it, you know? I'm sure in a day or two, they'll fucking get over it. And these guys are just like, they're just like, no. We got it. I want to tell you face to face, because I'm that much of a nice guy. Of course it's a lie. Every single time it's a fucking lie. But, it's just so funny to think about it in that way, you know? Let's keep going.
The investigator wants to know why then did he bother having the sexual chat with the girl he thought was a young teen.
Why would you think about it with a young girl? That's how old did she was she?
13, she said.
13.
13?
Yeah. Why would you?
Because it's a girl in general. It's not a sexual desire specific to...
Yeah, man, he looks good, man. You know, it's gotta be something in his head. You know, something's wrong. Women are his vice, but... You know, man, he looks good. he looks good, man. You know, looks quite good. If you saw this guy, ladies watching, however many there are, you know, you see this guy on the street, in the bar, in the club, wherever the hell you go these days. What would you think if you saw this guy, man? He looks pretty decent. You know, it's like I don't get it, man. You know, he ran out of all the girls, and I don't know where he's from. They don't tell me. There's no chat log available. I don't know, but you know, he ran out of all the girls, and you know, all the girls on the chat rooms or whatever. He couldn't find anyone that was legal age. I mean, if you want to cheat on your girlfriend, wife, whatever, that's fine. Fine, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking judge. But you know, you're going to do that, and you know, that's fine. It's one thing, as they might say. But to do it with a 13-year-old girl, that's interesting, man. That's interesting. Let's keep going.
Young girls. Okay. I never did drugs. Never smoked. I have drunk very minimal.
That's an interesting way to put it. That's an interesting way to phrase it. I have drunk very little.
I have drunk very minimal.
Very minimal. I have drunk very minimal. You know, very interesting there. Kind of odd phrasing, awkward phrasing, I think, as they would say. You know, that is pretty awkward phrasing. I think he was just thinking it through in his head. Didn't really quite think about how it was going to come out. But yeah, I don't smoke.
Girls. Okay. I never did drugs.
Never did drugs.
Never smoked.
Never smoked.
I have drunk very minimal.
Drunk very minimal. Again, that's still weird though. Why would you say drunk very minimal? I'm a casual drinker. I drink occasionally. I have one every month, maybe. No. I drunk very minimal, very kind of weird way to phrase it, as we just kind of said that. But, you know, it's interesting, you know, that's like good old church boy, you know, straight edge, you know, all that shit. You know, I don't need drugs, guys, because I'm high on life. I might as well just call me Jesus, you know. I mean, not that. I don't know. That whatever. Again, whatever. But you know, it's just him saying, you know, this is just him building up to, hey, the women have always been my downfall. It's like, it's worse than all of that. I'd be better off drinking. You'd be better off drinking, dude. You'd be better off smoking, better off doing drugs. Well, maybe not. I don't know, but you know, than having this women as your downfall, as your vice. You would be better off, I think. You wouldn't be in this predicament today, perhaps. You know, that's one time I think where you can say, hey, smoking might save a life. Drinking might save somebody's life. You know, not that. I mean, I don't know. I don't really get into it.
Girls, my entire life, and women have always been my only downfall. Mm-hmm. They've always been my vice.
And now, that vice has led him here.
You don't have to feel shameful in front of me, man. I'm not a judgment guy. Okay?
I love that guy. I love this interrogator. Very good. Very professional. Again, I said that earlier. Very professional. But even then, you know, he's really down to earth. You know, well, the Murphy cops were pretty unprofessional, I think, in most ways. You know, the made for TV arrests that they were doing, you know, I don't know, don't quite agree with that. But the interrogators, from what we see here in the episode, they were very good, you know, right up there. It looks like that they're right up there with some of the best interrogators in the whole series, you know. And this guy, I believe this guy is the same guy that talked to Twig Toilet, and of course, when Twig Toilet said something, you know, they were pretty jokey at times too, and this guy gets pretty jokey too, you know. You don't have to be ashamed in front of me, man. I'm not a judgment guy, you know. Man, he throws out the word man, you know. Don't expect that from, number one, don't expect that from law enforcement, necessarily, but you don't expect that from an old geezer. Like this guy, you know, you don't have to be judgmental in front of me, man.
And now that vice has led him here.
You don't have to feel shameful in front of me, man. I'm not a judgment guy.
I'm not covering my face.
It's very, very, I like that. I don't know. I just like the way he says that.
You don't have to feel shameful in front of me, man. I'm not a judgment guy.
I'm not covering my face.
And man, that is a sign. It's just getting worse and worse, man. The realization of the predicament that you're in. The predicament that you're in. I mean, that is the moment of realization right there. You know, he face down. I'd love to see this whole thing, to see that gradual progression from, you know, him standing up or sitting up straight, you know, like around here, to this moment where he's, you know, he's still pretty straight up forward, and then boom, it hits him. All of a sudden, it gets to a point where, oh my gosh, you know, your hands are in your head, hands are in your face. I mean, that is not great at all. And yeah, I mean, he rolled up his sleeves as well, didn't he? Yeah, he did roll up his sleeves a little bit. Must have been hot in that interrogation room, eh? Must have been pretty hot in there. Yeah, look at him here. He's got, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah.
For attempting to solicit sex with a decoy.
I can't tell. You know, if that's just you know, did he? Yeah, he definitely rolled those sleeves up a bit. Yeah, at some point anyway. Must have been pretty hot in that interrogation room, as we just said.
I know a drunk have always been.
And now that vice has led him here.
You don't have to feel shameful in front of me, man. I'm not a judgment guy. Okay?
I'm not covering my face out of shame. I'm covering it out of the fact that I have zero life. Now, I'm working minimum wage jobs pretty much for the rest of my life.
Oh, man. Like, that's the worst part in his mind, I guess.
It's a shame. I'm
shameful in front of me, man. I'm not a judgment guy. Okay?
I'm not covering my face out of shame. I'm covering it out of the fact that I have zero life.
A pretty good breakdown here. A pretty good moment of crying from a predator. Pretty good. You know, it's pretty underrated meltdown here.
Now, I'm working minimum wage jobs pretty much for the rest of my life.
You know, it's fucking great, man. That is fucking great. You know, he goes, you know, like, that's the worst part, though. Like, he's facing serious felonies, you know, for here, you know. He's just like, yeah, but the worst part is that I'm going to be a minimum wage job. I'm going to be working minimum wage jobs for the rest of my life. You know, that's the worst part. You know, not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, you know, of course, but, you know, I mean, he's, I don't know, what's he going to do? Be a janitor or something? I don't know. There's, you know, you can do some things. You know, work at McDonald's, perhaps. Shortage of workers there as well, nowadays at least. You know, they've bumped up their hourly rates within the last week or so. So you could do that. That'd be a decent gig. What else? You know, we said janitor. That's a pretty easy one. I don't know. Well, I don't know what else you could do. But, you know, that's not the worst of your issues right now there, John. Not the worst of your issues.
But he says he's not sure what he would have done when he actually met the girl in person.
You intended to come over and have sex with her, didn't you?
I did not know whether I intended or not to have sex.
Of course.
What a stupid thing to say, you know. He's like, I didn't know if I was going to have sex or not. You know, that is an interesting way to phrase it there. You know, that's pretty much all I need to hear. You know, if your answer is anything but no, then there's an issue. Then there's a fucking issue, you know. You know, this guy's just like, I didn't know if I was going to intend to, whatever the stupid shit he says.
But he says he's not sure what he would have done when he actually met the girl.
What does he say again?
You intended to come over and have sex with her, didn't you?
I did not know whether I intended or not to have sex.
I didn't know if I intended to or not. Okay, that's all I need to hear, man. Oh, man, that's great. That's great. But yeah, that's it. That's John Baker. No footage in the courtroom that I'm aware of, and you know, just the Murphy Predators in general. I mean, you saw how this guy was breaking down, man. I mean, we saw how he was breaking down at times here, and you know, The relief that they must have felt, right? When they, I would love to know what the immediate reaction was when they heard, oh my God, the charges are dropped. The amount, the sigh of relief that they must have fucking felt must have been something, man. Oh my God. That must have been something, man. You know, getting that, I don't know how they found out, you know, their lawyer probably called them or something and said, you know what? I can't believe it either, John. But the DA's office have dropped the fucking charges against you. You better thank your lucky stars, you know, or something along the lines of that, you know. Even though you committed adultery, I hope you went to confession because you owe God or whoever big time now. Something like that, you know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, this one's kind of been a bit of a mess. Just more off the cuff than usual here. Usually I like to, like, you know, I might write some things down, some talking points. I just kind of went into this one with a blank slate here. And
No, I covered my face.
I
It's a
probably
shame
said a
I'm
lot of
covering it
stupid
out of
shit.
the fact
I've done a
that
lot wrong.
I
said a lot of stupid things. I did a lot of wrong.
life.
I apologize.
Now,
But yeah, that's
I'm
pretty much
working
it. That's John Baker. The women are my
Underage
vice
jobs.
predator from Murphy.
The rest of my
Quite a good one. Quite a good one indeed. One that was a bit overlooked in the past. But hopefully this one gets them on the map. You know, gets them on the map a little bit more. You know, we got to get this view count up here a little bit, in my opinion. But yeah, that'll do it. That should do it. 26 minutes. God damn. That's nuts, man. Anyways, 26 minutes. That'll do it. Until next time. See you guys later.